Giraffes Can't Dance. Written by Giles Andreae and illustrated by Parker-Rees. In today's story, we meet Gerald. Gerald would love to join in with the other animals at the jungle dance, but everyone knows that giraffes can't dance. Or can they? We also learn about the different styles of music that the animals in the story like to dance along to. Do you know your waltz from your cha-cha-cha? Your tango from your freestyle? Do you even like to dance? Or are you like Gerald and think that you really can't dance? Giraffes Can't Dance. Written by Giles Andreae and illustrated by Parker-Rees. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully bandy and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees. But when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Now every year in Africa they hold the jungle dance, where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad, because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. The warthogs started waltzing.
Well, I saw my baby walking,
and the rhinos rock and rolled.
Well, I saw my baby walking with another man today. Now when I ask her what's the matter, this is what I heard her say.
The lions danced a tango, which was elegant and bold. The chimps all did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel. And 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked towards the floor. But the lions saw him coming, and they soon began to roar. "Hey, look at clumsy Gerald!" The animals all laughed. "Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool! Oh, Gerald, don't be daft!" Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. "They're right," he thought. "I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot." So he crept off from the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before, so sad and so alone. Then he found a little clearing
and he looked up at the sky. "The moon can be so beautiful," he whispered with a sigh. "Excuse me," coughed a cricket, who'd seen Gerald earlier on. "But sometimes, when you're different, you just need a different song. Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music, if you really want it to." With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying, and his tail was swishing round. He threw his arms out sideways, and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful, his mouth was open wide. "I am dancing! Yes, I'm dancing! I am dancing!" Gerald cried. Then one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him, quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream! Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen! How is it that you can dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how!" But Gerald simply twizzled round and finished with a bow. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. "We all can dance," he said, "when we find music that we love." Did you enjoy that story? How did you feel about Gerald in the end? Were you happy for him? Were you proud of him? Gerald found his music that he loved. Have you got a song or a performer that you love to listen to, and maybe even dance to? The animals in the story all danced to different styles of dance music. Let's learn a little about them. The warthogs did a waltz. The waltz is counted in threes. See if you can count in threes along to this waltz music. I'll start you off, then you carry on. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Off you go. Well done. The rhinos rock and rolled. Rock and roll music started in the 1950s. It is made up from lots of different styles of music, like blues, jazz, and country music.
This is what I heard her say. I'll see you later, alligator. What after a while, crocodile. I'll see you later, alligator.
The lions danced a tango. The tango originally came from the country of Argentina. It is a very passionate dance, full of attitude. The chimps did a cha-cha or a cha-cha-cha. This is a Latin American dance that comes from the country of Cuba originally. Its name, cha-cha-cha, comes from the sound made by the dancers' shuffling feet. Now it's time to have some fun and try some questions on the music you have just learned about. Question 1. Why is the cha-cha-cha called the cha-cha-cha? Question 2. In which decade or year did rock and roll start to be popular? Question 3. The warthogs danced a waltz. But how do you count a waltz? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2? Question 4. Can you remember which country in the world the passionate attitude tango came from? And here's the answers.